I know this doesn't look like very much, but this was Roma tomatoes about a month ago, and it's now obviously bare dirt. You can, if you look in there, you can see a few small tomatoes that are popping up again, and a little bit of grass that needs to be pulled out. But all that's nitrogen back into the soil. If you look up in the top of the screen, which I will go around the edge of my garden here, these are multiple varieties of tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, and I'll show you which varieties I'm growing. But these have been growing for probably near on 2 months, 3 months now, and as you can see, there's some still that are ready to be picked and potentially turned into either chutneys or given away as it's the last of the crop. This is a Tommy tomato. Tomato tomato that I'm growing, and they're quite tasty and sweet. Quite tasty and sweet, and as you can see, if you move along a little bit further, there's another variety on the corner here, which is this variety here, which is a grape tomato. Now, because these are a crossbreed, or they will be crossbred, the seeds in these tomatoes will be crossbred. I'll end up with a cross between a grape and a Tommy. Now, I've grown Tommies before. I had a very, very large crop in the garden bed just over here, and I probably got 70 or 80 kilos of tomatoes out of that one section over a 2-month, 3-month period, and gave a lot of them away, sold a lot of them to other people. And that I do a lot of trades, I do a lot of swapping with a lot of the farmers' wives that are around here, as I'm out in a very regional agricultural area. And as you can see, these tomatoes are starting to die off, so this will be the last of this crop. But this area will be utilised for zucchinis, capsicums, and any other vegetable that I seem to grow, maybe beetroot, because I seem to like putting a lot of beetroot in, because it tastes good and it takes a fair while, but it doesn't take too long. And then, as you can see to the right hand side of the camera, I've planted some cucumbers. These are a Lebanese cucumber that are probably only 2 or 3 weeks out of the ground, but they're going to hopefully grow up this tomato cage and produce me some cucumbers. I have other cucumbers which I will take you and show, which are a little bit further along. These ones directly over here. These are sticking to the same pattern and the same concept. I've utilised these are the legs off of a trampoline. As I have a few kids, we go through a few trampolines over the years, so I keep the legs to make frames out of, like I have here. And as you can see, that this crop being further along, some of them have flowers already emerging, and even little fruit, which I don't know if you can quite see, but there's a few flowers in amongst. And another little problem that I come across with the cucumbers and pumpkins and that alike, the squash and stuff like that I do grow. See this small fungal, these are white spots. This is powdery mildew. This is from watering with a sprinkler. I grew up planting and growing pumpkins, so I know exactly what it is and exactly how to fix it. And as you can see, we had a little bit of rain here this morning, and there's a little bit of water on the leaves. It doesn't seem to affect them when it's rainwater. It only seems to affect them when it's water from the hose, which is town water, which is treated obviously. But if you mix up a milk and water solution, about a 50-50 blend, and spray it on them, it will actually kill the fungus, the powdery mildew, and help along that thing, help them along anyway. But they'll grow out, these will actually grow out of this stage and out of these leaves. A lot of these leaves will come off. If you look very closely on this one here, you can see there's probably 4 or 5 flowers on there that are probably a little bit early and a bit premature, but sticking to the double cropping and utilising all my space. If you look closely in between, which I'll try and get as close to them as possible, these are carrots. Now I'm utilising the space in between because these cucumbers will potentially get 3 or 4 feet tall, or maybe more, and they won't take as long as the carrots. The carrots are probably going to take 90 days or so, which is about 3 months. So if you look to the top right hand corner of the camera, you can see there's more carrots. Now I just planted these as a crop for my kids. I had some old seeds, which I've got plenty of seeds and stuff that I've stored from different various locations that I've bought them from. But if you look close enough, which I'll show you very closely, you can see that I've got carrots. Now they're only babies, and I'll eat them like that because I enjoy eating the younger tender stuff. But as I said, these I just grew these because I had an empty bed and I was waiting for other crops to come out, which you can see on this side. There's more snow peas and radishes. Now, as for radishes, I usually have a pretty good